Hey guys, welcome back to my video. Please excuse my voice, I'm still getting over a cold. But I wanted to do this video. It's very long awaited. It is my tutorial on how I apply my Makeup Forever HD foundation. So my face is freshly cleansed. I cleaned my face with my Effaclar foaming face wash. I'll put the full name down at the bottom. I can't remember it right now. So yeah, this is just my basic routine that I do. I usually don't have time in the morning to put on a full eye or even blush, so what I'll do is before I leave the house I'll just put on my foundation, put on just a little bit of color so I don't look flat all over my face, and then I go to work and I have a makeup bag in my purse so I can always do eyeshadow and full blush later. So let's get started. Like I said, I've already cleansed my face. I have everything to the side here, so that's why I'll be in and out of focus. The first thing I put on after washing my face is my Lush Full of Grace Serum Bar. I did a review of this. I'll link it down below this. But yeah, I got this around the same time that I got the Makeup Forever, and I've been using them together and I really like it. So it doesn't take much. Really, I'm just gonna warm it up because it's freezing here in New York City, so I'm just gonna warm it up a bit just to get a good amount on my hands. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, so next up, I just pat this on my face, especially around my eyes because they do tend to get dry, and this kind of, I guess, acts as my moisturizer. Because I don't really use a heavy moisturizer for this, and I definitely wouldn't use my current moisturizer, which is the Gorgeous Moisturizer from Lush, because that's way too heavy. And when I have used it, it does work. It doesn't affect the foundation, but I do feel a little bit that I look a little more shinier because the foundation is so very rich. So I just pat this on my skin, like I said, especially on my eyes because my eyes tend to get dry, especially in the winter time. Okay, so that's good. I love the smell of that. It smells like tea tree and chamomile. It just smells awesome. Okay, the next step, I'm going to use, this is the sample size of the Makeup Forever HD high definition primer that came in my Makeup Forever kit, where I got the foundation, a powder, a kabuki brush, and this. So I squeeze a little bit. I usually go in a circle like this on the back of my hand. So you can see that right there. And this is my favorite foundation brush. This is the e.l.f. The writing's already been rubbed off of this one, but this is the e.l.f. powder brush, $3 from the e.l.f. Studio line. I use this brush to put on all of my liquid foundations, and liquid foundation is the only foundation I wear, so I have about 10 of these. Every time they're on sale I buy some. So yeah, so what I do, since I'm going to use my foundation with this, I use it to put on my primer as well. So I have a mirror behind the camera, so I'm just looking into this so that I can see. Let me try and zoom you guys in a bit. Over my eyes. I like to put over my eyes because one thing I do find with the Makeup Forever foundation is that if I put on my eyes and I'm not wearing actual eyeshadow on my eye and putting on my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, it will crease. So like around 3 o'clock in the day I'll look at my eyes and I'll see like that the foundation has creased on my eye. But I like to put it on my eye because my eyelids got darker. They've been getting darker over the years, and I just don't like to leave them without any foundation on. Okay, so that's everywhere now. Okay, so this is my foundation. Makeup Forever HD. I wear shade 180. Just give it a little shake. This cough is killing me. I've had this cough for too long. Okay, so I always put 1, 2, 3 pumps. I feel that 3 pumps gives me the best layer of coverage because I don't wear concealer, I don't like powder, so With 3 pumps, I can just put it on. Once it's set, I know it's good, and I feel fine with it. So I just dip that onto the e.l.f. brush, and I just dap it on. I'm gonna look into the mirror instead of the to apply this with. I'm looking at the camera. It's making me dizzy, to be honest. So I usually just dap that in little patches, and I get it all off my hand because I feel it doesn't run too much. As there's foundations that run a lot more than this, but I don't want to like brush it on my pajama leg or something. So once I've got it all on, use this brush. Now some of the e.l.f. Studio brushes I've noticed, when you go to wash them, you can really see it, that they have shorter handles. This is one of the ones that I think I got when I first started getting them, so it has a pretty long handle, you can see. So I usually hold it near the ferrule and just, that way I can control it better. Pardon my silk scarf, guys, but I twisted up my hair and I'm not ready to take it out yet, so I thought, well, you're already seeing my naked face, so why not see me looking like a crazy woman with a scarf on? But that's the reason. Now I have these lines under my eyes, so I usually try to really get in and go for it when I go over my eyebrows. Always have to remember that jawline. I usually try to get my ears. And I just buff, buff, buff. As you saw when I put the foundation on my face at first, it did look a little red. It did. But I have such different layers of color on my face that by the time you blend it in, you can see I look all one color now. So it is my shade. It frightened me at first when I got it and I tried it on, but it is the right shade, and I always feel comfortable with it when I go outside. So I've only gotten compliments about it. Yeah. So this is how I put it on, guys. And always with your hairline. I have natural hair, so what I'll even do sometimes is if I dapped on a lot onto my forehead, what I'll do is I will just literally brush it up into my hairline, and then what I'm gonna do anyway before I leave my house is take I use the Jane Carter Moisture and Shine. It's like a little pomade. It's over there. I'm not gonna run and get it. I use some of that, and I would use that anyway to just put around the edge of my hair. So even if I did have a little bit of brown in my hair from the foundation, that gets wiped away once I rub that grease onto my hair, or even just brush, spritz some leave-in conditioner on it before I leave. So yeah, this is pretty much, look behind me. Yeah, this is pretty much how it would look. This is why I like this foundation, because I feel like my skin looks all one texture now, but you can still see that I have some imperfections underneath. I mentioned in my Urban Decay Naked Skin review that I did feel a little bit like it made me look like doll-like, like it's almost too perfect. My skin is not perfect. I have light areas versus darker areas. I don't want to look perfect. I just want to look like, all, one basic shade. Not cakey or anything like that. Now, right here, this area, I know the mirror, hopefully you guys can see that. Let me turn this light a bit. Right over here is where I had mentioned some previous videos that I had a whole mass of blackheads and things come up, and it's getting flat now from using certain different products. But if I wanted to, I could put a whole nother pump there and really blot those out, or use a really good concealer. But I don't mind them. To me, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. It still looks good. Let me just turn that. You guys won't be able to see that. Yeah, this light's gonna find me now. Out. Okay. So yeah, I could obviously put on some more, but I don't, because to me 3 pumps is enough. If I was really going somewhere, then I would put some concealer on it. But I'm okay with it. This is how I would normally look when I finish my makeup in the morning. So make sure I get that spot underneath my eye, because sometimes the foundation collects right in that little wrinkle under there. Yeah. So yeah, this is how I would look. As you guys know, if you've watched any of my other videos, I don't like to wear powder, even though the HD powder came with this foundation. I think I've worn it maybe 5 times. I just don't like wearing powder. I feel like I would have to pay a lot more attention to make sure I don't look white, like I don't have a white cast on my face. And the way I'm rushing in the morning, I don't have time for that. I just need to get my face on and go. And like I said, I don't always wear foundation in the morning when I go to work. I usually don't. But as I also said, this is what I would basically do before I'm leaving my house. I'm going to apply one more other product that I put on just so I don't look totally flat. You know, the foundation has just made my skin look flat. So, you know, when I'm going to go out, I don't like to look all one color. So this is something that I've had for a while. I got it when I was using the Revlon Color Stay foundation, and it's the Revlon Color Stay Mineral Finishing Powder. This is what it looked like. This is in their darkest one, Sun Kiss 030. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but I had 2 of them. I had to throw out the other one because it got ruined, but this one is holding up pretty well. As you can see, it is like you know, it has a brown powder in it, but it also has, like you can see that part right there, You know, it's like a baked powder that has shimmer in it and also has just regular brown powder. So that's why I really like it, because depending on where I put the brush, I can get more shimmer or I don't. So what I usually do, oh, I have the brush on. Yeah, this is what I usually do. I take the same brush, actually, and I usually stay around the top, 'cause I do want to get some shimmer in. Yeah, so you can see that right there. I have some color on it. Just tap it, and I usually go like right here, then down around my jaw. Take some more. Go up by my temples, around my hairline. I basically like paint a circle around my face. So you see, I got a lot there. So yeah, you see that shimmer? That was a lot. I don't usually wear that much, guys, but it's okay. We can buff that out a little bit, down around the ears. And then just a little bit down the bridge of my nose. Now I know a lot of people will say, well, why are you using that big brush for this? But you know what, I'm not bothered. Like I said, I carry my products in my purse with me, so by the time I'm ready to put makeup on, if I'm at work or if I'm going out after work, you know, some of this has worn down a little bit anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But let's say I had a blush and I want to put a blush on before I leave my house. I don't want to carry, like, for example, I don't carry my NARS Exhibit A with me everywhere because I love that foundation, and I would be like devastated if I broke it, you know. No. So I don't carry that with me. But if I did want to put on before I left the house, I would use a brush like this. I don't even know if this has a number on it. This brush I got. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Panacea 81, aka Lauren Luke, who's fantastic. She is who I first started looking at on YouTube, and I just adore her. And she used to sell, before she had her own makeup brand line and her own brushes, she used to sell brushes, and I bought one of her packs and it had like, like 15 brushes in it or something like that, and this is one of the brushes, and you see it's very small. So what I would do if I had that other blush is I would just put some on. See, since this one is clean, let's see if we can buff out that big patch of gold right here. Yeah, but that's what I would do before I leave the house, because I have a blush palette. I'm not going to carry that with me. I also have a Rimmel blush in my purse that I love. That's what I would put on at work if I wanted to, you know, put on some blush. But I do generally just put on some blush before I leave the house. But I think the Color Stay finishing powder was good right there. So yeah, that's usually what I do. Like I mentioned when I first reviewed the Makeup HD, before I leave the house, I don't care what foundation I'm wearing, but before I leave the house, I always spritz my face with my Lush Tea Tree toner water. You guys can see that it's coming in clear. Yeah, I always spray my face with this. It doesn't matter. And it's funny because last Friday I did my whole routine, and I got sidetracked somehow, and I didn't do it. And I'm on the train, I'm like, something's different. Something's different. What didn't I do? And it was I hadn't sprayed my face with this, and it just bothers me not to do it. So I'll just give it a good shake, and I just give myself a good little spritz there. So as you can see now, my face looks, you know, obviously wet because I just sprayed water on it. But by the time I finish, you know, putting on my clothes or whatever it is I'm doing, by the time I leave the house, this tea tree water has dried, and I mean, I can't claim that it does anything to set the makeup or, you know, keep it looking good, but when I didn't wear it last Friday, I felt like it rubbed off more on people, like I was hugging someone and I saw it in their clothes, and that doesn't usually happen. Or I had touched my face and I touched a paper and it was transfer. I don't know, but when I spray this, you know, this is, I guess, my answer to buffing a powder on. I don't like doing it, so I use this instead. So I'm gonna give this some time to dry so you guys can see it. Gotta get my eyebrows done, don't mind that, guys. But yeah, this is how I do this this routine. I'm gonna move like there so you guys can see. Yeah, this is how I do this routine. The tea tree water is drying, so another second or two and it'll be dry. I'll turn this side out so you. I'm just getting natural light. My window is actually sunny today. Unbelievable. But yeah, guys, so this was it. I hope that's helped anyone. I can't claim that the Full of Grace serum or the tea tree water, any of that, is gonna help your foundation routine. But I know I really enjoy this foundation routine. I've gotten more compliments on it than any other foundation routine I've used, which is why I will be buying another Full of Grace once this one finally runs out. And I always, as I told you in my tea tree water review, I always buy my tea tree water. So yeah, this is how I do it. This is exactly how I do it. If I were going to put on eyeshadow now, then of course I would put on my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I would go through all the steps, but this is my basic face. This is how I would run out the house to get on the bus and the train to go to work. So hopefully this helped you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Hopefully this helped. I know a lot of you were asking me about it, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking. Oh, look, my scarf falling apart now. I'm looking in the mirror behind me, and yeah, this is how it look. I mean, I did go a little heavy with the finishing powder, and I don't usually look this bronzy, but yeah, other than that, this is exactly how I would look to go running outside. My aim is not to look perfect. My aim is not to have a doll's face. My aim is just to look basically one color, and if my imperfections if my imperfections can be seen a little bit, I'm not worried about it. I'm not one of those people that wear full concealer. I don't do it. As you can see, I don't put any concealer in my eyes. I just make sure that I rub my foundation in my eyes. I'm very simple when it comes to that because I'm not into looking overly made up. Now if that's what you choose to do, I mean, that's fine, but it's just, this is just how I like to wear it. Simple and basic. My tea tree water has dried now, and I don't feel like I have anything on my face. I feel just as I did before I put any of this on. I don't feel the oil from the Full of Grace. I don't feel the prime, nothing. I don't feel anything. I feel like just me. Another trick that I would usually do, especially when it was a little bit warmer, is I would blot my face with a tissue before I left the house. But in this cold weather, I don't really feel the need. Yeah, so I don't really have anything else to say, guys. I'm gonna upload this. Like I said, this is just my routine. If you have a completely different one, or you can't even understand why I would do, you know, A versus B, what you would do, then, you know, please, I mean, leave your comments down below, maybe to help someone else. But for me, I'm comfortable with this. This is why I'm comfortable to say that the Makeup Forever is my favorite foundation right now. I'm not really interested in switching anything about it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna upload this. I might do a couple other videos today. I mean, you already see me in my headscarf, so I might as well. So other than that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to those who requested this. And like I said, please leave me any questions or comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. And what else can I say? That's about it. I'll leave my Twitter info down below if you want to send me a question. you can always send it to me there too. So I will talk to you guys soon. See you later, and thanks so much again for watching. Okay, bye.